Welcome to the very first episode of the Real Estate Intelligent. This is an insider interview series. We're excited about this. We're sitting down with British Columbia's most prolific thought leaders.
I don't know why I'm here, but
professionals
okay,
as well.
Yeah, thank you.
and these are some of the active members of our community that are shaping the local marketplace. And I think it's hard to imagine how we could start with a better guest, a friend, a colleague, of course, business partner, and executive director of MLA Canada, Cameron McNeill. And as always, I'm Ryan Lalonde, president and partner of MLA Canada. I'm excited to be doing this with you.
Thank you so much. Me too. I'm really excited.
Let's just start with a quick rundown, if that's all right.
You bet.
We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about everything that we're hearing in our boardroom or on the front lines. And so these are the industry's hottest topics. And then we're going to spend 30 seconds on a lightning round. These are fast-moving questions where we're going to talk about what marketplaces are surging, what buyers are seeing out there, and of course, what's happening with price. And if there's nothing else, let's jump into it.
Let's go.
All right. If you're comfortable, let's start off with the marketplace.
You bet. Sounds good.
So as we know, we are setting new benchmark price points in almost every major active market right now. We have some of the lowest interest rates that either of us have seen in the last 30 years.
It's amazing.
And then, of course, many believe that we're in a low interest rate environment for some time to come. We have a massive supply challenge. There's a lack of density that's hitting in most major urban centers. And Cameron, we have to ask the question, what's happening to prices in 2021?
You touched on some of the factors that are driving it, and we've already seen the resale market shift dramatically up in the last 6 months as people are taking advantage of these low interest rates and their affordability is increasing, their ability to buy is increasing. Yet we have yet to see the immigration numbers flood back into the city. And so as those immigration numbers flood back, we're only going to see this accelerate. However, the single family market, I think, is going to continue to run for the balance of this year. But the real surprise for much of the market is going to be how much the pre-sale market actually moves. We are predicting that we're going to be double-digit growth from the beginning of this year to the end of the year in most pre-sale markets.
And is that a trend that we're going to witness all throughout 2021?
2021, we're going to continue to see upward pressure on pricing. Very, very strong demand as we just simply don't have the supply, and developers are now bringing projects back to the market to satisfy that demand. Some markets will be a little bit choppier as there might be more available supply and some competition is keeping prices down. But broadly, the real estate values are going to be increasing in 2021.
So let's talk urban centers right now.
Love it.
Coquitlam?
Coquitlam.
Coquitlam
on fire.
On fire. Richmond, Burnaby, of course the downtown core. These are urban centers that have traditionally played a really important role in the supply of density, right? New homes into our marketplace. Yes. And we know that some of these neighborhoods right now are, to use your words, on fire. They're doing very, very well. We think about what's happening in Burnaby more recently, and of course, what is happening right now in Coquitlam. What is your perspective on the role that those communities are going to play in price point moving forward?
Those city centers and energy centers, as we sometimes call them, are absolutely critical to our long-term growth in this region. And we simply cannot sprawl as a city long-term. And so, as you know, those key centers, particularly on transit or well-located centers, are absolutely critical to our future growth. So they're going to play a very, very, very important role. The cities understand that density needs to be thoughtfully placed in areas that have access to amenities and walkable communities. Those city centers that you mentioned are going to be absolutely critical to our growth moving forward.
And you can't talk about those neighborhoods and then, of course, not talk about the importance of investment. And so both local and foreign has played a vital role in that ecosystem. I'm curious, how deep is our investor marketplace right now?
You know, it's coming back. It sat on the sidelines for much of 2017, 2018, the first half of 2019. We started to see it coming back in 2019, and then, of course, COVID hit. As the broader investment community realized that greater Metro Vancouver real estate is absolutely blue chip real estate, and the long-term fundamentals are strong, and the interest rate environment is low, that this is an excellent time to buy for long-term. So we are seeing that investor community come back in a strong way.
You know, it's interesting when you talk about blue chip and you think about investment strategies. Like, real estate has played a vital part of many investment strategies and a big part of British Columbia's wealth creation over the last 2 decades.
Yes.
The marketplace today is a little bit different than what it was previous. So 2017, 2016, 2015, these are marketplaces that were predominantly driven by both local and foreign investment, right? And strong immigration numbers to support it.
Yes.
2019 and 2020, the tail of the tape was all about that Gen X, that Gen Y, and that Gen Z. A younger profile. The general perspective is that they're comfortable with small format, that they're looking for on-demand services, and that they're more comfortable with the rental than ever before, somewhat aversive to debt. that's an interesting conversation, because when we see them drive the marketplace like they are today, what's your perspective about how those trends will support the future of Vancouver real estate?
This region is going to grow incredibly over the next 10 years. We're going to get 1.2, 1.3 million new Canadians coming into Canada over the next 3 years. And the predominant location that the immigrant wants to call home is going to be the larger centers of our country. And how that affects your question is those are going to be forces that are going to continue to drive values both on the rental and on the home ownership side of the equation. We'll see rental rates pressure up again. We will see values pressure up, which we've already spoken about. And anyone that wants to enter this marketplace can know, I think with great confidence, that in 10 years from now, their assets are going to be more valuable than they are today. And they can carry that leveraged with fairly minimal debt coverage. And so I think that people should have comfort thinking long. Real estate's always a long game, as you know. I'm always worried if someone tries to speculate, thinking that in 18 months they're going to have a quick win. But thinking long, the marketplace can be very, very confident that values are going to continue to rise.
Yeah, I like that. And I think that some of those perspectives that many of us carried into 2019 and 2020 around that younger buyer profile, what we're recognizing today is that they're leading the charge on single family transactions. They're really, really pushing into new marketplaces, specifically around townhouses. Yeah. Many of those are at higher price points, both from a per square foot basis and also aggregates. The perspective that they're aversive to debt, or the perspective that they're looking for small properties, I think that that's slowly being challenged, and our expectation is that's going to continue to drive the marketplace of tomorrow.
Space will always be a luxury, but also when some of our most incredible parts of our city have incredible amenities outside of the home, that locational decisions are so important as well. So people will sacrifice space in order to have incredible locational decisions. And we appreciate that that's starting to change a little bit with some new patterns that have started to develop out of COVID, but long-term people are still going to be choosing prime locations, and they're going to sacrifice space to have those prime locations.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Cam. I got to ask this last one, and you're going to like it. It's something that's constantly coming up. We're speaking to it quite regularly, but our industry is small, as we all know. It's one of the best parts about our industry because the power of the relationship. The past 5 years, though, we've gone through a significant change as an organization. Industry gossip is everything. Many believe that the last 5 years was about you taking calculated steps back, right? Slowing down.
I got a lot more gray hair. I don't know about that.
And so from that perspective, I have to ask, obviously, I want to let you speak to it. And then I also want to ask you, what are you spending your day doing? Like, what's getting you out of bed these days?
Wow, that's a little bit of a zinger question. My mind was all thinking about the market. Well, you and I have been friends for a long time. And way before we merged our businesses, we've merged 5 years ago, 5 years in a month now.
Right,
so that's an incredible milestone for our merger. But we've been in business for a long time doing exactly this, and we've known each other for a very long time. I'm probably working harder today than I was 5 years ago. Absolutely loving what I'm doing. And I have absolutely no desire to step back. I'm a risk-averse person. I love spending time with my team members, with you and our colleagues and our clients, figuring out how to make our real estate projects successful. And I think the best part about our merger is it's allowed me to spend a little less time operationally, and maybe that's why some of these rumors sometimes come up, because I probably don't interact as much as I used to with some parts of our industry. But I'm spending much more time, to answer the second part of your question, I'm spending much more time with my clients, helping them figure out strategies and how to optimize their projects. When we first merged, gosh, you probably remember, it was probably 50-50, my time with clients, my time operationally, and now it's probably 80-20. And that's the part I really love.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for that.
So before we jump into that lightning round, as always, I have to recommend, check out the links below. All of the great data and some of the great comments that Cameron just shared, we've linked that out to make it easy for access. And as always, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tons of great content that comes with it. I'm not going to bore you guys with all that detail, but looking forward to seeing you online. All right, so Cam, this is a wrap. Quick fire round, lightning round.
Lightning round, okay.
30 seconds in total, not per question.
In total?
In total.
Okay.
You ready?
You have to ask the questions really fast, though.
I promise I will.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to read these.
Yep.
Best neighborhood to consider a condo in?
Downtown Vancouver.
That's a good one. Best neighborhood to consider a single family home in?
High-end, West Vancouver.
All day. In less than 5 words, what's keeping you up at night?
Keeping me up at night. Fiscally irresponsible government.
How much will presale pricing appreciate in the Lower Mainland in 2021?
Got to be double digit. 11% on average.
I'm going to take the over.
Okay, good call.
What is, out of all the changes that have happened since COVID has found its way into Canada, of all the changes, what is one thing that you've really enjoyed from a work or habit routine standpoint?
You know, we're so busy, I can only talk about technology and the increased efficiency and flexibility that that provides.
Yeah, that is well said. Thank you. Cameron, nailed it.
Nailed it.
Thanks, buddy.
Good job.
Yeah.
That was fun. Thank you.